Amazon has announced another massive deal with Anthropic. Here's why the company is even more essential than ever to Amazon's AI strategy. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief. This headline from The Information just about says it all. Anthropic keeps Amazon in AI contest. The news specifically is that Amazon announced that it's investing $4 billion more into Anthropic. This is the second $4 billion investment Amazon has made into the company. Anthropic noted that Amazon will remain a minority investor, and separately, Anthropic is still raising money from other investors at a valuation of up to $40 billion, which notably is less than the money that Elon was able to raise at for xAI. What we're interested in discussing today, though, is not just the terms of the deal, but how it reflects where Amazon sits in the entire AI conversation. Let's go back to the beginning of this generative AI era with the launch of ChatGPT. Before OpenAI announced ChatGPT, Amazon Web Services had been developing something pretty similar. They were planning to announce their own version of a chatbot, which they had been calling Bedrock inside the company, at their annual conference in November 2022. Due to some technical issues, however, at the last minute they decided to postpone their plans, which ended up being a pretty good thing because right in the middle of that conference, OpenAI released ChatGPT, which, as we know, exploded, became the fastest software to get to 100 million users, and so totally has defined the era of generative AI that many normal people know it as ChatGPT, not AI. Apparently, when Amazon saw what ChatGPT was offering, they realized that their own version was so far behind that they had to totally shift their plans. And that's when Bedrock became the Bedrock that we know it as now, which is a service that allows developers to connect their cloud applications to a variety of LLMs. So the point of all of this is that Amazon has had to be pretty nimble and has been coming from a position of feeling behind for the entire last couple of years. And that's the context in which we got both the first Amazon Anthropic investment, which, as you might remember, was largely about a collaboration around Amazon's custom chips, and it's where this new deal came from. Back at the beginning of the month, The Information started reporting that this investment appeared to be in the works. On November 7th, The Information wrote, "The new deal is similar to Amazon's initial $4 billion investment, which was struck last year, but this time Amazon wants Anthropic to make a concession. The cloud giant is asking Anthropic, which uses Amazon's cloud services to train its AI, to use a large number of servers powered by chips developed by Amazon. The problem is that Anthropic prefers to use Amazon servers powered by NVIDIA-designed AI chips." The Information continued, "The size of Amazon's total investment could depend on the outcome of this discussion, specifically on the number of Amazon chips Anthropic agrees to use." So why would this be a big issue? Part of it is actually the software. AI developers are used to NVIDIA's CUDA software, whereas the Amazon software that developers have to use with their Trainium chips isn't as advanced. Anthropic also might have had concerns around being locked into the Amazon ecosystem. Interestingly, the conversation between Amazon and Anthropic has apparently been ongoing. Once again from The Information, quote, "A senior Amazon official privately said Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei earlier this year discussed his interest in using a large-scale AI data center server cluster to develop technology, similar to the ambitious data center plans of rivals such as Elon Musk's xAI and OpenAI." And so that was the setup going into this deal. We didn't get perfect information about all the aspects of the deal, but reports suggest that Anthropic will now, quote, "rely more heavily on AWS for training its models." They also did say that they will be using the Trainium chips, although exactly how many wasn't clear. A short announcement from Anthropic was called "Powering the Next Generation of AI Development with AWS." Anthropic said that this, quote, "establishes AWS as our primary cloud and training partner." When it comes to AWS Trainium, they basically say that they are working closely with Annapurna Labs at AWS on the development and optimization of future generations of Trainium, although this does sort of skirt how much their commitment to use the chips is right now. While the details in the announcement itself might be a little sparse, it's very clear from how Amazon is talking about this where they want to place the emphasis. CEO Andy Jassy wrote on Threads, "Excited about our deepening partnership with Anthropic. About a year ago, AWS became Anthropic's primary cloud partner. Today, we become Anthropic's primary foundation model training partner. Anthropic is excited about the price performance advantage that Trainium offers, and we're grateful for this confidence and partnership." In other words, this is about Trainium. It is about Amazon carving out a place in the future of AI infrastructure, not just ceding the entire chip space to NVIDIA. Some commentators think it's going to work. Andrew Carr writes, "I know it seems like Amazon is eating Anthropic. However, I think the subtitle here of deep technical collaboration on directly interfacing with Trainium silicon to improve the story of AWS chips could actually be immense. If this works as well as I think it will, AWS will maintain its market share and begin winning more AI training workloads from other cloud providers." But what about Anthropic themselves? Where are their motivations? The company has had a very good year. Menlo's recent report on the state of generative AI in the enterprise found that among enterprise customers, OpenAI's market share had dropped from 50 to 34% over the last year, while Anthropic's had doubled from 12 to 24%. That is a significant boost that firmly positions Anthropic in the number 2 slot and nipping at OpenAI's heels. And yet, in spite of that, OpenAI has bigger brand awareness, is better capitalized, and of course has the heft of the Microsoft partnership, as well as now the Apple partnership, all of which gives it some serious advantages. For Anthropic, then, digging in on the distribution and enterprise power of Amazon not only makes sense, it might be simply mission critical. Whatever the case, this battle just gets more and more interesting, and we will continue to follow it here at the AI Daily Brief. For now, though, that's going to do it for the episode. Appreciate you listening or watching as always. And until next time, peace